YouTube. Welcome back. Welcome back to yet another podcast. And today's podcast has a slight little twist. So, what is it, Sharon?
So the twist is, it's not going to be the regular us narrating the podcast or the story and telling it to you guys. This time, we are going to be reacting to a podcast which will be read out by our very own brother Diablo.
Yep. Back at Bangalore.
Yes, back at Bangalore.
If you guys are wondering, I'm not at my comfortable studio setup. I'm sweating balls over here. This room is I just hate it. You can see it behind me. I'm literally sitting in a storeroom and recording. This is a storehouse wherein we made one room as a bedroom and I'm sitting and recording in there.
Tough times. It's okay, we'll get through this, hopefully.
Yep. Do not think that your boy Diablo is broke or something. It's just that
you have very well seen his setup. He's not broke.
I just had to come here on a business trip. So yep.
But anyways, guys,
not business trip. I'm not a businessman. This is work related shit. So
work related trip. But anyways, guys, do the regular drill. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. There's a huge box down below. Just comment there.
Well, anyways, without any further ado, let's dive right in. Let's hear the podcast. Let's dive right in. Let's do this.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to today's podcast. Today we are going to be talking about Cyanide Mohan, the case. In the year 2009, in the coastal district of Dakshin Kannada, a district in Karnataka with its headquarters in Bangalore, love jihad was a widely discussed topic. What is love jihad? It's a popular conspiracy theory by Hindu right. It is the idea that Muslim men target Hindu women for conversion to Islam by means of love and marriage. It was during this tense social situation that a sneaky killer emerged, who went on to become one of the most feared killers of Karnataka. On 17 June in the same year, 22-year-old Anita Mulya was reported missing. She was an unmarried woman and made a living by rolling BDs at her home in Barimar village in Batwal Taluk. For 2 days, her friends and family searched for her everywhere, but to no avail. Since love jihad was already a common issue at the time, naturally, the people of the village started suspecting that this could be possibly the reason for Anita's disappearance.
I mean,
this led to protests all over the
things get out of hand. You don't even get to know that it's already gone out of hand.
Exactly.
Yep. You just think, okay, yeah, maybe the person has gone to someone's place or just ran away from the house, but then turns out they're dead.
village.
That is sad.
Over 150 people surrounded the Bantwal police station, threatening to burn it down if they failed to find the kidnappers. Sensing that the situation could go out of hand, the Bantwal police formed a high-level probe team under the leadership of then Inspector Nanjunde Gowda.
Batwal is in Karnataka, right? If I'm not wrong. Everything is...
Yes, I think everything is based in Karnataka, it looks like.
Okay, moving
Unknown to this team and anyone else, 160 kilometers away from Bantwal, in a town called Hassan, just a day after she was reported missing, Anita's body was found frothing at the mouth in the ladies' washroom of a bus station. It is said that she was dressed up as a...
Did not expect that. Did not expect that.
Wow.
Whoa. I mean, excuse the laughter. That's just me and her laughing at uncomfortable situations. But damn.
That's our coping mechanism. But damn. That too 160 kilometers away from her village. 160. That's a huge.
That's a huge number. That's like literally
yeah.
Bhubaneswar to Brahmapur. See how I plugged in my hometown.
Right. Still unaware about Anita's body, Bantwal police started their investigation. They pulled out Anita's phone records and found that she had received multiple phone calls from one particular number. Upon tracing that number, they found out that the number belonged to a woman called Kaveri, who also happened to be missing.
Wow.
When they looked into Kaveri's case, they found that these calls were made to Anita after Kaveri had gone missing. This intrigued the cops even more, so they decided to check Kaveri's call records. This led them to a woman named Pushpa, who was also missing.
My god, what's going
Pushpa's
on?
call records led them to another woman named Vinuta, who, you guessed it right, was also missing. The call records led to another woman and then another, and just like that, the cops were staring at a list of
Another one.
Whoa, okay. Cops are
My-
staring at what?
Suspense.
You paused at the right time, isn't it?
Yep. Well,
What?
my god, is this guy literally using the phone numbers of his victims to call his next victim, to trap his next victim?
It does look like that. I mean, looks like he goes for one woman, gets done with her, uses her phone to call someone else and someone else and someone else, and my god.
I think as far as I remember, this guy had a body count. I mean, fuck, not that way. The other way around. The serial killer way around.
The serial killer way. Mhm.
Yeah, his
The
body
serial
count was,
killer's body count.
I guess, 19 to 20 if I'm not wrong.
Yeah?
Yep.
Have
I
you heard
guess.
of this story before?
Yep, long back, like even before I ever thought of making a podcast channel, like long back. I was a crime junkie even back then. Trust me.
Well, mhm.
You know, I have a knack
Okay.
for learning more about all these things. So
Yeah,
do not take me in a wrong way. All right.
Okay.
20 women, all missing, all unmarried. The suspect had used one girl's SIM card to call some other girl and then used that girl's SIM card to call someone else and kept repeating this on and on. At first, police suspected that this might be a case of human trafficking that targeted unmarried women, but they couldn't find any clues for such an operation. So they decided to join forces with other police stations to search for more clues.
Then how did he call for the first time?
What they discovered was shocking. All the 20
How the hell did he call for the first time?
Or maybe he didn't
Call the first time?
the first person, he just happened to meet her and then
Possible.
yeah.
Excuse me.
men that all the 20 women that the cops had listed out were found dead just a day after they had gone missing. And the most important point was all these women were dressed as a bride when their body has been found, and they were found in the ladies' washroom of bus stations. All these
All of
women
them.
were registered as
Done.
Jane Does because their photographs were only circulated in the local newspapers and not outside the districts. The problem was that the hometowns of these women were in one district, but their bodies were found in another district. So none of the women's families saw the photographs and hence never came to identify the body.
Oh shit.
As such, all bodies were immediately cremated.
That is sad.
Those
This
autopsy
sucks, you know. This sucks when the
That is
police
sad.
department doesn't wait for a proper conclusion. I don't know what is there to be in such a rush. They just want to finish this stuff and get free of their duties. This is not only this single case. Do you remember?
There are many.
Do you remember Darbara Singh's case? How the
Of
police
course,
botched up
yes,
so
I
many
do.
things.
Yeah. You
Then-
know, actually, we should probably consider naming this botched up cases.
Like,
That is
what
crazy.
is it to you guys that you want to hurry up the process so much? Can you like take it through step by step and give it a proper closure instead of rushing through?
What closure are the families going to get of these women who are killed?
This is so infuriating every single time that I come across cases like this. This is not even mildly infuriating. This is excruciatingly infuriating.
Excruciatingly infuriating. Can't pronounce it.
It's okay, Diablo Gawar.
No, I can't pronounce it, not you.
Neither can I.
We both covers.
Reports clearly mentioned that the women were poisoned the cops registered it as suicide or unnatural deaths.
Wow.
Blood samples of only 2 victims were sent to forensics, and even when the results revealed that cyanide was the poison used, nothing was done about it.
Wow.
In spite of the cops already knowing that cyanide is not a chemical that is easily available.
Exactly. It is
These
not.
20 cases were handled by 9 different police stations, but they had not
My
thought of
question
joining.
is, how did he get his hands on cyanide? Because you get cyanide only if you if you are a jeweler, I guess. If you are a jeweler, or if you are professionally a chemist.
Chemist, yes. But I don't know how he got his hands on cyanide. It's a pretty
It's a
risky
strictly
chemical.
controlled. It's a strictly
Mhm.
controlled chemical. You just can't get it that easily. You need to have permits to have cyanide.
Exactly.
Forces. In fact, some of the police stations had handled more than one such case, but still couldn't form a connection between them. During the
surprising.
investigation, cops found that the 20 SIM cards from the 20 missing women were at some point active in a village called Derlakatte in Mangalore.
Okay.
So they decided to lure him in using Sumitra, a woman that he had been talking to. She had already testified to seeing him with Anita at the bus station. She also suspected that he was the same man that had approached her with the marriage proposal in 2005. This info was more than enough to nab the man responsible for the deaths of 20 women, the notorious killer of Karnataka, Mohan Kumar, aka Cyanide Mohan.
Oh, Mohan.
During
Kumar.
interrogation, Mohan Kumar revealed
Yep, I
something
remember
even
this
more
case
shocking.
now.
He confessed to killing not 20 but 32 women between 2004 to 2009. For 5 years, this man had been going around hunting and killing unmarried
32.
women. But before we head
No,
into the
32.
more
I
important
heard
details,
32.
let's take a look at his
32.
childhood and adulthood to see
I
what
thought
could have
it was
possibly
42.
changed him. Backstory. Mohan Kumar was born on April 6, 1963 in Kanayana, a district in Karnataka, to a scheduled caste family. He had 3 siblings, 2 brothers and a sister. During those times, most of the children weren't that interested in studies and would just drop out of school. But not Mohan and his siblings. They were bright children and excelled in the academics. Mohan not only completed his schooling, but he went on to do his BA degree, which was a pretty big thing back then, especially considering the fact that they were from a scheduled caste community.
Huh,
As a
makes sense.
child, Mohan was athletic, played kabaddi and cricket.
So
He
much
was
for being
well-mannered.
educated and talented. Why? You could have used your brain somewhere else, buddy. You could have done
Oh
so
no,
much better.
he could have done so much better, but he decided to use his brains to do
Unnecessary
this.
stuff. Oh my god, it surprises me. It shocks me, in fact.
So he spoke less and most of the times kept to himself. He was very attached to his mother, especially after his father had abandoned him. Nothing traumatic had happened in his childhood for him to change the way he did, so safe to say that he had a pretty normal childhood. After his graduation, he became a primary school teacher and then got married to a woman named Mary. But the marriage didn't last as his wife was a Christian and he allegedly refused to convert to Christianity.
Okay.
In the year
Religious
1992,
I don't know
his
when this
family
is going to
arranged
rectify itself.
another woman who belonged to the same community as him. Her name was Manjula. They went on to have 2 children. Mohan was always nice to his family, but he hardly spoke to them. He would come back
Then how
from
the hell
school.
was he nice to their family? How the hell was he nice
I mean,
if he
probably
hardly
taking care of their financial means, I guess. Maybe that's
No,
what is
you-
nice to him.
You're not nice to the family until and unless you do not communicate. You can never be nice
Exactly.
to someone without communicating, you know. You need to talk. Buddy.
See, I get it.
Go ahead,
I
go ahead.
get it. You're an introverted person. You're mild-mannered. You're soft-spoken. Blah blah blah. Not to your wife or your kids.
I'm introverted too.
They're your family. Me too, at times, I guess.
Do I look like introverted to you guys? Do I portray
I mean-
being introverted?
You let us know.
I mean, you
He
know.
never took them out for shopping, and neither did he buy anything for his children.
Then how the hell was he nice to his
Wow.
family?
Wow.
Then how the hell was he nice to my My question still remains. How the hell was he nice to
I
the
think
family?
we'll never know. We'll never know.
Mohan's
Guys.
mystery remains.
Yes. Another important thing I'd like to plug in right here is the fact that don't think that we are making fun of any victim or making
No,
fun
no.
of the whole
me
murder
make it clear.
situation by laughing.
Yep, let me
Yeah.
make it clear. We are not making fun of the victims. We are making fun of the criminal. The criminal deserves all the shame he can get and every kind of
Yes.
punishment that is thrown at him because he's a criminal after all. If you kill someone out of
Exactly.
self-defense, it still justifies your killing because you saved your life by killing the person opposite to you. But if you kill someone for absolutely no reason, no. It's just your...
Just for your own selfish pleasure,
yeah,
you don't
it's
deserve
just
any
your...
kind of kindness.
No, it's
or
just your
respect.
sick fetish body. You need to put it on.
He never took them out for shopping, and neither did he buy anything for his children. One day, he told his family that he had been transferred to another location.
He was a
It is
teacher, right?
common for government employees to be transferred to different
Yep.
locations.
Okay.
And he would have to stay there as he didn't have money to travel back every day. He shifted from this village to
Wow.
another village and visited his family once a week. Manjula and the kids thought he was working so hard to keep them happy. Little did they know that this man was possibly about to do two things. One, go around hunting for his next victim. Two, start a new relationship with another
Oh.
woman called Sri Devi.
Wait, what?
Wow.
Sri Devi? Not the actress, right?
Wow.
No, she was alive. She was alive.
She was married to someone else. But wow. So much for a woman killer.
I absolutely get disgusted by people like these. Honestly.
With Sri Devi, who was now his third wife, Mohan had two more children, a son and a daughter. It is said that he was very attached to Sri Devi. In fact, it was at Sri Devi's house that the cops found packets of cyanide powder, various visiting cards that had names of all the aliases he had used, and a diary that had notes on all the women that he had trapped and tried to trap. It is said that Mohan would often forget the names of the women, and this is
Very
probably
nice.
why he had to maintain
No
a diary in
respect
order
as
to
well.
remember all the details. He had scratched off the names of all the women that didn't take the bait. Confession and trial. Mohan Kumar was arrested on October 21st, 2009. He shockingly confessed to killing 32 women between 2004 to 2009 by poisoning them with cyanide. As per police records, he killed 1 woman in 2004, 3 in 2005, and 9 in 2009. He seldom used his real name while approaching these women. This explains all the visiting cards
Okay.
that were found at Sri Devi's house. To Anita Mulya, he was
He had different aliases for
Wow.
different victims. My
Yep.
God.
Wow.
He didn't even
This
approach them as the same person he was.
No, why? Because he used all his schooling and his intelligence on this. He was not a criminal, but just looks like a brilliant strategist in my head
Yep. Totally.
with all the numbers and stuff.
Yep. Yep.
Sudhakar Kalal. To Sunanda Pujari, he was Shashidhar Pujari. To Kaveri, he was Sudhakar Acharya. Most of the time, he introduced himself as a government employee and struck up a conversation with them.
Wow.
If he got a positive response, he would exchange numbers with them and start building up a relationship. He always tried to match the caste they belonged to. If the woman was a Pujari, he too was a Pujari. If she was an Adiga, he too was an Adiga. From there, Mohan moved on to physical overtures. If the woman responded positively towards that, he would then propose
Okay.
eloping and getting married at a temple or a registration office.
Smart move.
He would ask them to bring their finest jewelry
Nice.
and wedding clothes and made it very clear that he didn't want any dowry. He maintained very little contact with the family members of the women. He befriended and forbade them from informing their family about the wedding. Once the wedding date was set, Mohan and the woman would set off on a bus from her hometown to distant cities like Mysore, Bangalore, Hassan, Madikeri. Once they reached the city, Mohan would always book a hostel or lodge which was near the bus station. He would enter fake names and addresses in the visitors register. Later in the night, Mohan would make sure to have intercourse with the woman, thus forming a higher form of connection with her. In the morning, before leaving for the temple, Mohan would ask the woman to leave her jewelry behind for fear that someone might drop them. The woman would agree and leave all her jewelry at the hostel.
Wow.
En route to the temple, Mohan would stop by a ladies' washroom and offer the woman cyanide powder
This
packaged as
guy.
a
He
contraceptive
would
pill.
slip them pills of cyanide telling it's contraceptive pills.
Like I said, he.
Is that
seemed
right?
like
No, wait. Is that right? Did
Yes, yes, you heard it right. You heard it right.
Damn. Smart move there. All the killers out there, take notes.
Or don't.
Actually,
Change
don't.
your
You
ways.
might. Yep, just change your ways. Correct yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways, what were you telling Sharon?
Like I said, a brilliant strategist. Although
Totally.
brilliant isn't, I would not give him that, but it is what it is.
No, trust me, all these serial killers and all these criminals are exceptionally high IQ'd people. Ted Bundy, for that matter. What was his name? Ted Bundy. Fuck. Recently, they put up a series on this dude on Netflix as well.
On this dude or Jeffrey Dahmer?
Jeffrey Dahmer. Yep, there we go.
Jeffrey Dahmer, yes.
Yep, Jeffrey Dahmer, Ted Bundy. There are so many other. The big truck Mac. I don't remember. There was a guy like that as well. That dude as well. My God, these people were exceptionally brilliant, and they were considered under the most fierce serial killers. Most of these criminals are so fucking brilliant. Like most of them excel
Use
at
your
their
head to do
studies.
something.
Yep, exactly.
Do something good for the society.
Most of these serial killers are good at their academics. They are talented in one form or the other. They are good looking, they're charming, and
Most important
yep,
point.
they just know their way around words. My God.
He would ask the woman to take it in order to prevent pregnancy before marriage. Mohan was so meticulous with his work that he even took the effort of mapping the woman's fertility cycles so that they wouldn't question the contraceptive. He also asked the woman to take the pill in the washroom only. His justification was that the woman would feel sick and nauseous after popping the pill, and it would be easier for her if she were already in the washroom. The woman would agree and run to the washroom. Once they collapsed inside the toilet after consuming the cyanide, one would take a final check, run back to the hostel and they were staying at, put all the jewelry inside a bag and leave the town immediately. After each kill, he would go back to both his families and spend some time with them. He would sell the jewelry that he had taken from his victims, and with that money he would financially support both of them. After a day, he would set off again to another town to search for another woman. On some occasions, a few days after the murder, he would call up the families of the women and inform them about their well-being. He would tell them that their daughter is safe and they need not worry about her.
Why?
This gave the
He literally had everything planned out, isn't it? Forget
He
why.
did, but no,
He
my
had everything
question.
planned out.
He did. No, that's not my question. My question is, how can a family stay without looking or visiting their daughter? Don't they want to be like, don't they want to go and visit her? How are they happy with the fact that he gave us a confirmation? Yeah, so she must be doing fine.
No, well, let me tell you one thing. Back then, in the older generation, there was a tradition, there was a culture wherein they followed that once the daughter has been given away, that's what it was considered as back then. Once the daughter has been given away to the husband and the husband's family, the family the girl's family has no more connections with the girl anymore. So they don't
Oh.
get to see their daughter, they don't get to talk to their daughter, or anything for that matter. But nowadays it's changing. I mean, it has changed. It has
It's
changed.
changed. It
It's
has
changed.
changed. It has changed.
It was not
Okay.
looked as a good thing even back then, but few families did consider that as a real thing. So now it is not
well.
there, thankfully.
I did not know
It is said that
I
during
did not-
interrogation,
Yep.
Mohan struggled to recollect his wife's names. This explains why he had to write down all the details in a diary. His first entry in the diary dates back many years, when he first tried to kill a woman by pushing her into the river. The woman was rescued by local fishermen, and Mohan was charged with attempted murder. He was put in jail for a month, after which he was acquitted.
Wow.
It was
1
during
month
this
for trying
time
to kill someone.
that he befriended a goldsmith who had been doing time for carelessly discarding the waste after cleaning gold ornaments with cyanide. Due to this, 8 cows and goats had died after consuming the contaminated waste. Mohan, being a smooth talker, got all the information required about cyanide from the goldsmith. Posing as a goldsmith himself, who wanted cyanide for cleaning gold ornaments, Mohan went back to a chemical dealer and bought all the cyanide he wanted. This is 2003, so one could just buy it from the shelf for maybe around 250 per kg.
Oh, now it makes sense.
Well, now you can see where he got the cyanide from.
Yep, now it makes sense. Now it makes sense.
Maybe after that things got a little more stricter. Because this is not the only cyanide case. There are so many cyanide cases.
There are so many.
Yep.
There are 2 in Karnataka itself, if I'm not wrong.
Yep. I think we had a plan of making a series on this as well, long back itself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This
Very
name was
so just
shortlisted
add
long
it.
time back. We just started doing it now.
The news of Cyanide Mohan spread like wildfire. When his family saw the news, they were shocked. When they came to visit in jail, they were even more shocked because they saw that he was having not one but 2 wives. Both the families did not know of each other's existence in their husband's life. They could not believe that this man, someone who was so soft spoken, well mannered, and introverted, could commit such a thing. Trial.
Yeah.
Mohan
That's the
Kumar,
shock.
who initially confessed to killing 32 women, suddenly changed his story. He said that the women killed themselves because he refused to get married to them. On asking him how the women were found dead in the washroom, he says, "I created the situation." He claims that these women would threaten to file complaints of sexual harassment against him if he did not marry them. The reason he did not marry these women was because he was already struggling to provide for 2 families. He could not afford to take care of one more.
Yeah, right.
After the woman
Whose
had
fault is
died,
that?
he would feel really bad for 20 days, but then another woman would come along and he would forget all about the past. What made him change his story is still uncertain. He was offered a court-appointed lawyer as he couldn't afford a lawyer himself, but he refused to accept it and decided to fight the case by himself. Who can
Probably
represent me
wanted to
better
nail
than
his own
myself?
coffin.
He said. Some lawyers believe that this could have been a strategic move from someone who understands the Indian law system very well. If he is convicted, he can ask for a retrial with a plea that he may have been incompetent to fight his own case. The court
See,
examined
again,
46
it's not-
witnesses, 86 documentary evidence, and 31 assets. Out of the 20 cases, Mohan was found guilty for 5 and was given to death sentence, out of which 2 death sentences were commuted to life imprisonment. For the 20th case, which was the last case of the trial, the judge awarded life sentence and 25,000 fine for murder under section 302 of IPC,
Okay.
25.
Per
10
month.
years and 5,000 for abduction, 10 years and 5,000 for feeding poison, 7 years and 5,000 for rape, 5 years and 5,000 for robbing jewelry, and his imprisonment fines for cheating and destroying evidence. His death sentence was commuted to life imprisonment. Cyanide Mohan is currently lodged in Hindalga Central Prison in Belgavi. Both his wives stopped coming to meet him. His third wife Sridevi divorced him and remarried another man. Back in his hometown Kanayana, the walls of Kumar's home, covered in dirt and soot, curtain pictures of everyone else but him. When his brother Ramesh was asked why that was so, he replied saying, "There's no need. I burned them and threw them away."
Good. In a way, good.
Wow.
I'm happy. I'm really happy with that kind of action being taken against
That's
a family
good. I
member.
mean, you. That kind
He is
of
locked
an
up.
action being yes.
Yep, he is locked away for life, and he's broke forever now.
He's broke forever. He has no one to call family.
He's just robbed
he's
of
basically
everything
alone.
because he robbed so many lives
Mhm.
away. That's what you get. This is
Exactly.
karma, buddy.
Karma.
This is karma. Karma
This is
won't
karma.
spare you. Anything else might, karma won't. Just know that.
Hmm.
Jeez, this case was heavy. My.
It was actually a very clever case. I
And
won't call it the
carry on. Finish.
yeah and
Finish.
no yeah that's it that's it you tell.
And great job with narration by Brother Diablo.
Oh yes
Yep.
yes.
Thanks a lot for your
Good
help,
job.
though. We wouldn't be able to do this without your help. So,
Without
thank you.
Yes, thank you.
But my God,
Wow.
tell me, Brother Diablo, drop
I'm
in the comments how
still-
much did you grind your
Oh,
teeth after listening to everything in the story to yourself while you're reading it out, or while you
Exactly.
were researching about it, maybe.
It's I don't want to say that, but it impresses me the way he carried it out, but at the same time it infuriates me as well.
He had every single step planned out, isn't it?
Everything.
Like way before even
Everything.
it happened, his steps were planned out, well calculated, and
Exactly.
just the thing is, no matter how much you calculate your crimes, you will
Mm-hmm.
be caught one day. You will be caught.
You will be caught, you will pay for whatever you've done. Don't think that karma doesn't get you. Even if it doesn't for many years, it might one day.
Karma might be late, but it will come for sure. Remember that.
For sure.
My
Yes.
God. You know, I wish I could travel to these jails, and take a small little interview of these people wherever they are put up. But then for that I would need to take permission from God knows how many people. I'm not prominent enough for that.
And you're not a journalist or something.
Maybe if I
just
have a
yet.
journalist friend,
So-
they can help me with that. But as of now, nothing. My
That
God.
would make our channel much more exciting, to be really honest.
Anyways, you guys
But-
let me know what you guys think about this entire case. Do you have anything else, Sharon?
Yes. No, yep. Just let us know what you think and what more can you suggest for us? What more cases can we do about?
Yep. Please do suggest us more cases. We can probably put up our research team for all the research work. We do the research work ourselves as well. So it's just the script that the research team makes most of the time. We provide them with information, they make the script, they read it out, they handle all that. The logistics is theirs,
Yep.
the production is ours, and the viewership is yours. So please do do
Is
your
yours
part.
completely. Yeah.
Do your part, drop a like, share the video, comment. Too much burp. The burp was stuck
Comment
in
down
me since
below.
1 year. Yep.
Comment down below to share your views and opinions.
Subscribe if you haven't yet, and turn on notifications to stay notified. Stay tuned for more podcasts like this, which will be coming up on the course of time. I hope my English was right. Anyways.
With the course of time, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. By the course, never mind, guys, you know what it is.
Never mind, with that being said, you do it.
Yes, English course of time. Anyways. With that being said, guys, stay safe. Love you all. Stay awesome, guys.
Stay awesome.